One of the nice compliments that I get about my golf swing is the sort of effortless nature of it, right? Which is something that I'm very blessed with. And one of the things that has been massively inspiring for myself over the years of, becoming more of a focus on golf coaching and shifting away from aspirations of trying to play the game is trying to really figure out exactly what it is that I'm trying to do with inside my swing, or should we say things that I discovered to do quite naturally. And this sort of effortless whipping of the golf club is a really important movement, right? And the question would therefore be, what are the couple of moves that are going to help you really whip the club through? Now, if you were to backtrack the last couple of videos that I've posted on towards the channel, I've talked about the pelvis action in the downswing, and I've also talked about the lead arm action coming in towards the downswing. And it's the blend of both of these that are going to create this sense of whipping the club through. So the first video, I talked very much about moving the pelvis to the left in a rotational manner. And I sort of used this sort of gear stick system where I sort of said if we were driving a car, if you were going to kind of move the gear stick into that bottom left section, so theoretically into like second gear, right? That's where the pelvis location needs to be. And what I talked about in that video is if you keep your head still and shift your pelvis into that bottom left gear, that induces a tilt, right? That's important to remember. The second video, I talked very much about this notion of trying to pull the left arm down, and that introduces a lot of speed. And if you can couple that with an element of chest rotation, so your left shoulder can be retracted, then you're going to massively start to give you scope to producing way more speed. So the question is, how do those two things work together? Well, because your pivot helps shape your hand path. So if I do a left hand only swing here, so I bring this club up, okay, and if I move my pelvis to the left, right, so it induces a tilt, as I bring my hands down, this helps my hands come on a nice narrowing path so that club can be released really nicely on the back of the ball. For example, if I am somebody who pivots quite poorly, so I get too spinning, your hands aren't going to move against that realm of rotation, so the club will get kicked out. Right? And you think about that for a second, and I know it's difficult and not all sports are the same, but as an analogy, it's not a bad sort of thing to think about. If I was going to throw a ball, I'd move my body and my momentum in the direction where I'm going to go. You think about throwing a ball, if you move the opposite direction, it becomes very difficult to have those two things happening. And this is what happens with golfers when it comes to their pivoting action and what their arms are doing. So a lot of golfers start doing things like spinning the hips, but really this makes it difficult for your arm to move, as I discussed, and that's why you end up really struggling. So the blend that you're ultimately looking for in the golf swing is to navigate this feeling of that pelvis moving down and left, okay, as your head stays still, and as you sort of get this feeling of pulling that left arm, because doing that is going to give me this sort of feeling, as you can see I'm demonstrating here, pull my arm down, pelvis moves left. You see the way that helps my hand come nice and in, and it shapes a really nice hand path for that club to just wisp through the ball. I don't move this way, I don't move this way, I move this way. And it's almost like, as a bit of an analogy, it's like a backhand in tennis. And like I say, students that I work with, I'm always trying to break the swing down so that they can get a really good feeling for what these kind of movements are. And a good way to practice is lead hand only. Anyway, hopefully this video sort of helps you out. Work on it, and I'll catch up with you really soon. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, but let me tell you something. There's a much easier way for you guys to be seriously improving your game, and online lessons have never been any easier or any more affordable. If you head over to the website, you'll see examples of different programs that I offer, but I promise you, you'll be absolutely amazed at a couple of things. One, how easy it is nowadays to participate in online lessons. I work with students that send me videos from the course, that send me videos from the range, that send me videos from home. You'll be astounded how you're probably not doing the things that you should be doing, and how helpful it will be for me, very much personally, myself, to keep a watchful eye on your progress. I've also got a video library and some structured content over there as well to help guide you on your way. But keep watching the tips, subscribe for more of those. But like I say, there is an easier way to ensure you're on the right path. I'll see you soon.